Teso has actually worked in two main areas, that is the health sector and the education sector.
And the public has been very happy because that is their own money.
Honorable Sospeter Ojaamong.
If we build, let's say, a class, we have actually taken some burden from the parents.
Amagoro constituency in Teso district is the only constituency in the vast district with a population of over 220,000 people. The district is, however, divided into 4 administrative divisions, namely Amagoro, Angurai, Amukura and Chakol. The constituency is currently represented by Sospeter Ojaamong.
In terms of population, Chakol is highly populated, followed by Amukura, then Murai, then Amagoro.
Main economic activity here is mainly subsistence farming, a poor view of its past glory, as this area used to be a rich cotton as well as a sugarcane growing area. But after the cotton granaries collapsed, many farmers are now wallowing in poverty at the time the area member of parliament was taking over leadership of the constituency.
People used to carry out cash crop farming, but that has failed because they used to grow cotton, but we would not get the market for cotton. So tobacco has proved that it's not worth, because the gains got from tobacco farming are very little. So the farmers are trying to pull away from tobacco growing, even though some are doing. So mainly we don't have major cash crops in Teso. In the sugarcane, I think the farmers are not getting any gain from farming sugarcane. So most people are just engaged in peasant farming and small-scale businesses. And indeed, people are hardworking. If you tell them to grow pineapples, they will grow it, but unfortunately, they don't have market for any agricultural produce. So we are relying on the cotton ginaries in Eldoret and elsewhere, but all those have also collapsed. The sugarcane, the farmers, you'll find that one farmer can even get up to 1 million shillings. But when the time for payment comes, he gets 50,000 shillings as his a net for himself. The rest is just deductions. So there's a lot of fraud in the sugarcane farming also, which needs to be streamlined. It's only the government who can come in. Otherwise, the farmers continue being exploited in the whole of Western Kenya, including Teso. So the same thing to tobacco. You find that the farmers can take their very good quality tobacco leaves, but they are paid at very lower grades, while they are just watching in broad daylight. So that has caused it has demoralized the farmers from participating in any farming.
Amagoro constituency has received over 230 million shillings, and therefore the area MP and his CDF committee members had to sit, listen and evaluate the needs of the residents to see where to prioritize the funds.
The CDF in Teso has actually worked in two main areas, that is the health sector and the education sector.
The major problem in Teso is not even scarcity of food or water. The major problem was lack of the infrastructure for education, schools, classrooms in schools, lack of desks in schools, lack of textbooks, the laboratories in secondary schools. That was a major problem. I think Teso very suffered any other. So we've actually tried to put up, like the secondary schools, we have put up very new secondary schools, the tune of around 7, which are all functioning. And it has already saved a lot because these people cannot take children to boarding schools. These day schools have managed to absorb most of those people who even got high marks but could not go to schools elsewhere because of lack of school fees. Even those who passed with low marks are absorbed in those secondary schools. So we have actually tried to address the issue of poverty, which will have left out so many of these kids without going to school.
And what came as a resounding necessity was putting up new schools, renovating the existing ones which were in a dilapidated condition, or increase the number of classrooms to meet the need of the growing number of children enrolling to school following the introduction of free primary education. Children were learning in difficult conditions, and therefore it was necessary to upgrade their environment. This required a lot of effort, as most secondary schools required construction of libraries and laboratories. Previously, parents had a difficult time trying not only to raise fees, but also contribute to the development of schools through Harambees.
If we build, let's say, a class, we have actually taken some burden from the parents. If we provide desks, we have definitely reduced the problems from the parents. And that is also on the side of Harambe.
In a constituency where there are several orphan children or those from families with poor backgrounds, now they can afford to make their lives better by getting an education through bursary funds, which are distributed to all needy children in the constituency.
I've been given CDF money since Form 2. I have never gone home for school fees, and it has made me to perform better than I had performed last in Form 1.
CDF has relieved my parents from paying a lot, despite the fact I have very many brothers and sisters. It has also saved some for them to pay for the rest of my brothers.
And now going through the entire constituency, you will be met with decent school structures where children can learn comfortably and enable them compete effectively with others.
In my approach to CDF projects, even though the Act says that we start from the location and development committees who propose the projects, we have opted to start from the sublocation. So the sublocation people identify their projects and prioritize from 1 might be to 50. Then those committees again from the sublocation meet at the location. They sit down and prioritize the projects again from 1 according to the way they do. Then thereafter, every location presents those prioritized projects numbered to the Constituency Development Committee, which then picks among the best projects which will be implemented. But you'll find that there is, because of the confusion, people, everybody wants to see the money. So they would like to see every project is funded. But in a normal situation, we should have just picked, might be from every location, one project, and then fund it adequately. But people say, no, we want so many projects from this. We find that people getting 200,000, which is so meaningless. Another area is the provision of desks. When I came in as an MP, right from Busia town, all the kids were seated on the floor. So that's a municipal area, but the kids and even the teachers were not having desks. I remember I went with some journalists and all of them were on the floor. So by now, but we have managed to equip most schools with desks.
Kusema kweli, bila doubt, shule hii wakati CDF haikuwa imekuja hapa, shule hii ilikuwa na shida mbalimbali, hasa upande wa madarasa. Watoto wengi walikuwa wanasoma katika squeezed classrooms, na hata mijengo zenyewe tulikuwa hapa wale tulikuwa na mjengo ambao semi permanent, na watoto wetu walikuwa wanakaa sakafuni bila madawati na walikuwa squeezed.
Previously, residents had to walk several kilometers to get access to medical services. Now, with the help of CDF funds, several hospitals have opened up to cater for the large population.
Kwa wakati tumekuwa na wamama wanataka kujifungua, lakini hospitali ambayo ingewasaidia ni mbali sana, ambapo ni Alupe ama Amagoro Health Center, na huko ni mbali sana. Kwa hivyo inafanya wamama wetu ambao wako katika catchment area yetu wanajifungulia nyumbani. Sasa vile tumepata hii maternity wing, itatusaidia hao wamama watakuwa nakuja, maana hapa ni karibu, na tutaweza kuokoa wamama ambao wanaaga nyumbani kwa ajili ya kukosa damu. Wanapojifungua wanapoteza damu nyingi na hiyo inafanya hata wanaaga. Wengine wanajifungua watoto ambao ni wadogo kabisa, ambao wanahitaji kutunzwa, na kwa sababu hawajui, hao watoto huwa wanaaga. Kwa hivyo hii CDF project imekuwa ya manufaa sana kwetu kama community ya Obekai.
Tangu hiyo hospitali iletwe, hatutembei muda mrefu sana kwenda hospitali kama Alupe. Tunakuja karibu tu hapa, tunatoka Kalua na kufika hospitali.
We still have put up so many other dispensaries which are yet to be opened because the government is opening them in phases, because of lack of the personnel and also might be equipment. So this year we expect to open another 3, so which will boost a lot in terms of health, delivery of health services.
We still need emergency wards. We still lack staff toilet, staff houses, water, furnitures, and many others that we still need in this dispensary. So if that is done, because this dispensary is within a very large catchment area.
Several boreholes have also been dug to enable residents get access to clean water at areas near their homes. And so virtually everyone is feeling the effects of the Constituency Development Fund. While most roads had been rendered impassable, they now enjoy all-weather roads that can enable them take their produce to the market on time and also open the region to the rest of the country. And while it required a balancing act to pass through these logs that acted as a bridge linking Amase and Ongariama, now they can walk without fear after a stronger steel bridge was erected to ease their travel. Another one was also erected at the drift between Chakol and Amase locations. Amagoro constituency is also benefiting from the rural electrification program, where they can now benefit from having electricity right into their homestead, a thing that most residents had not thought would be possible in their lifetime. Schools have also benefited from it, and students can now enjoy longer hours of study.
Basically, I can say that we have been able to get the sponsorship of electricity. That was, we got a tune of 120,000. from CDF?
So far now, we have distributed over 150 million. And I'm very comfortable the way it has been distributed.
But all this is made possible by how well the funds are managed. So far, the residents are happy with how the funds have been disbursed to cater for the immediate needs of the constituencies.
Bunge wetu CDF hii ametuachia sisi wananchi. Yeye anakaa na kamati kupayana vyule dispensaries. Sisi wenyewe tunakuja kupangia jinsi tunaenda kutumia hii pesa. Sio yeye ndiye anakuja kutupangia. Sasa sisi kamati tunashiriki na wananchi katika kutumikia hii pesa kutusaidia katika grassroots.
There are some areas which are the infrastructure. Most people are saying that this money should be given out equally in all locations, equally in all sub-locations or divisions. It's not possible because there are some areas which lack so many other facilities. Those ones should also be provided to them so that they can catch up with others. So the issue of equal distribution does not just arise because we have so many inequalities.
Still, a lot more needs to be done. The needs of the region are many, and most residents are saying they are happy with Ojaamong's track record and are willing to work with him to achieve more development projects.
Kwa sababu tulikuwa tunahangaika kwenda Lupe, kwenda huko Lukolis, kwenda Mkura ni mbali sana. Na watu wa CDF tena watusaidia sana, nyumba hii imekwisha. Sasa tunalia tu ile material ya kufanyia ndani ndio hakuna.
We just have only one coach. And that one coach is the one that we use for palpation. And if you have an emergency, you have to put the patients on the floor and you palpate them using their tablecloths. So that's the problem we are really having here. Only if you could assist us, we could be very happy to give quality care for the patients.
Kabla hizo pesa kukuja, tulikuwa assistant chief walikuwa kitembea kwa maboma wakishika makuku zetu ili tuweze kulipia watoto. Kama kununua madawati ama hata ma classrooms hatukuwa nazo za walikuwa kikaa chini ya mti.
Sasa wazazi wanaona tu shule imejengwa, hawajui pesa zimetokezea wapi, lakini CDF ndio imefanya mambo haya yote.
First of all, we appreciate very highly. We appreciate the CDF very highly. Why? Because already what you have seen is what they have done. We have put up 2 permanent classrooms, which are already in use. And then we have a library where we are standing.
We were wishing, if it were possible, the government could even pump more money, because it is the only clear chance we are seeing that money can reach the common man, or to reach the right places, more than other ways they have been using. Yeah, because ever since these things started, we have never been seeing or realizing them come to our ground. But since CDF started, it really comes until the community is able to see.
What I'll appeal is that the common person, as indicated in the Act, should be able to participate very actively in all, from the initiation of the project and the implementation. In that way, even though it is voluntary, but they should be able to participate very actively. But if this is left to very few people, then most of these projects will not be able. It will be done in a very substandard way, and it will lead up to maybe public funds being wasted.
And Ojaamong is ready to take the constituency to the next level when he is elected for a second term in office. No doubt, Amagoro constituency is under construction, and under the able leadership of Sospeter Ojaamong, the constituents can be assured of a better future.
Osilu kama kiliutu kase utono Ojaamong papa kase utoni kokweni kore. Osilu kapinge kase utono Ojaamong papa. Osilu kama kiliutu, kase utono Ojaamong papa, kase utoni komweni kore.